Environmentalists have long reported that wood consumption, including logging and the use of charcoal, is a leading cause of forest degradation in Africa. In some of Kenya's coastal regions, recurring droughts have made the problem even worse. Now, farmers in those regions are now planting trees, putting their once barren land to use in a venture that enables them to earn a living and conserve the environment at the same time. Railambo reports from Kilifi.
At Besulubu Tezo in Kilifi County, Kanze Kahindi Mbogo tends to her tree farm. She thins out the younger trees whose wood is now strong enough for her to sell for home building and making fences. The money she makes is for her 6 children.
I have been able to educate my kids, pay a couple of debts, and do lots of other things. I was also able to send one of my sons to college, and right now, he is a driver.
Before growing trees, putting food on the table was difficult in this land where droughts are common and crops often fail. On the coastline, people fish. Inland, many struggle with poverty, so they chop down trees to make charcoal. With the help of NGOs and entrepreneurs, farmers are learning how agroforestry can make them money and at the same time preserve the environment. One of those farms is Komaza, a Kenyan farm that started in California and is working with 14,000 farmers to plant drought-resistant trees for harvest, reducing the drive to deforest.
Farmers are able to nurture the seedlings into trees, and then the trees now become fully blown trees ready for harvest. Once they are ready for harvest, we have the operations team from the forestry department that go and identify trees that are ready for harvest. They agree with the farmers on a fair price. And then once the trees that are agreed on are identified, they are marked and they are harvested.
The farm trains farmers on efficient cultivation and selective harvesting. But not all farmers have the resources to plant a tree and wait for it to grow. So some farm subsistence crops among the trees. Researchers say this arrangement counters the effects of climate change.
Trees end up absorbing carbon dioxide when they are making their food. And therefore, essentially, the trees are actually getting to bring carbon from the atmosphere into the tree stem and therefore on land. So that basically means there is the co-benefit of reducing greenhouse gas emissions through more enhanced agroforestry systems.
For these Kenyan farmers, environmentalism begins to make sense when it starts to translate into improving livelihoods. Railambo for VOA News, Kilifi, Kenya.